So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. We are live on the Joey Class podcast again. New episode, long time no see, but we're back. And I just want to say I'm very excited because I got my man here, the legend, the craziest dude on the mic, La Cara, bro.
Shit, la cara, man.
What's good, man?
Just happy to be in this atmosphere again with you, Papa.
Yeah, we're doing it again, man.
And I think it's great that we had this long break and to kind of circle back to this moment to, just check in and see where we're at with just everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think it was around this time, 2019, that we did this. That we kind of first started the first episode way back. Okay. And it's just fun again to see how far we've come. It's always like this kind of recollection of a moment.
Yes.
That this sort of spurt in like creativity, and then it's just like, man, we just got to kind of put something out there.
Yeah.
Especially that, like, sometimes that's how I feel with just speaking in general, right? And podcast kind of affords you that, just this moment to, you know what, let me let go and let's just see what kind of thing kind of is created right there in the moment.
Yeah, let's exercise conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of summarize a bit of what we go through in our day-to-day, through certain experiences, even reflections, right? I mean, we were speaking a little bit earlier of how it all sounded back then when we tried that first podcast. Yeah. And even with the equipment, right? Yeah. You had the handheld, and now you got the L8 over here all lit up, and I have the L8 too, the L8 Zoom mixer / interface / field recorder, and just to kind of see it all just happening again with just everything being modified. We got the cameras, we got the screens. Man, we're just doing everything we said we were gonna do.
You know what's crazy too though? When we were recording that for the first time, we only had the handheld mics. We had no stands, right? So we're literally on the floor, just right there with the mics in our hand, just kind of just speaking it into existence, man. Yeah. And then from there, even more shows, more events. You just fucking dropped an album, bro.
Finally, 10 years in the making, La Cara, FACEcadet. We did it, and I think we were talking about this a little bit in the previous podcast where, our aim, the trajectory we were on as artists, as friends, as comrades, and where we landed. And I feel like we've been checking off everything on our list, and we're doing it with the right timing. I think time always, or rather the answer to your question as to when someone should release something or when someone should pull the trigger on something, it really does come to you. Like the answer comes, it becomes almost glaring. And even for this album, working on it for 10 years, I've never felt so certain. Yeah. And I'm very happy, man. I'm very happy with the end result. Even now, it being out about a little over 2 months, and I'm still riding the high. It's really exciting just to see people listening to the project on these online media platforms like Spotify and iTunes. And and just kind of soaking that all in because people are really into it. Having also the physical merchandise and the physical CDs and just kind of giving that to people. And now that I got that extra shipment of 200 more CDs, I'm selling the CDs cheaper. And if it's somebody that, I run into, have a good conversation, an old friend, an old contemporary I haven't seen in a while, I'll just give it to them, and it makes me happy.
And that's such a like a 90s, early 2000s thing, right? To do, right? You have your CD like on you, and it's like, not just, hey, pull up Spotify. It's like, hey, listen to the CD.
Yes.
Listen to my mixtape. You're on the 24 bus in Elizabeth handing out the mixtapes, or you're in front of Jersey Gardens Mall, right? Like with your mixtape, just kind of trying to make it happen. Yes. So you have that kind of background culture on it. But it was so cool, man, to have the whole package, the whole event right? The performance and everything
That
kind of
was
go
huge.
into it. What was the hardest part out of the 10 years in the pre-production, in the production, in the post-production, out of all of that, what was the hardest part that kind of told you, or at least a roadblock that was like, man, I don't think I want to do this anymore?
That's yeah. There were some spurts here and there. After it was recorded, and once I was putting the money behind, the merchandise, um, which I think I spent a little under like $3,000. But now that I got the EIN number, I believe it's called,
Yeah.
through the ASCAP, the distribution, right?
The ASCAP?
That ASCAP is it called?
I don't know.
Well, it's ASCAP, BMI, and another company
Is
that I was looking
there
into.
like a cap of the number of asses that
ASCAP. I think I'm saying it right. I might be butchering it. I suffer from shamanism from time to time. I say things wrong and I mix things around, and I'm and it's great that we're having this because I think I perform or even write a lot better than I speak, but I want to exercise this. You know, I think even listening to the previous podcast, there was a lot of stumbling here and there, just trying to gather my thoughts around. But I don't want to deter myself or be afraid from that, and I want to keep pushing forward and become better.
Yeah.
But I think the hardest part, or the moments that I had doubts, was right after everything was getting sent out, everything was ordered. We had the date for the event, we had the date for the release, and I was saying to myself, like, well, how do I start amping this up? Can I do it? Can I get people excited? I know I'm just a local artist, but I know I have something special. How can I get this ball rolling? How can I get some visuals, some sort of branding that'll kind of have an appeal to it, so people would want to come check it out and see what the energy, the vibe is all about. And in those moments, I felt like, can I do this? Can I really find 10 years and it's finally here? Sometimes even dealing with those emotions kind of buffers out, all that hard work, and it kind of makes you forget a little bit of just the overall intention, the thing that drove you to get to that point a little bit. So yeah, I think the weeks before, even leading up to the moment where people were coming in to Pino's over in Highland Park for the show, for the event, for the album release, I was nervous, and I was like, oh, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I deliver on this I guess promise that, like, okay, it's finally coming? And I remember performing even throughout the 10 years, and people asking me, where can I hear that song? It's like, it's not available.
Yeah.
You can't get it.
Yeah.
You can't get it, but it'll eventually come out, and it was finally on its way. It was right at the doorstep, and I was scared. Yeah, I had that doubt, but I think that's all a part of it, right? I think you need to be nervous. I think you need to be scared, and you have to take that leap of faith and believe. And I landed strong, man.
Yeah.
I landed strong.
And shout out to Pino's too for being such a crazy, perfect
spot,
environment for that.
Heck yeah, man. It
right, with the stage in the background, the bar right close, right? Mm-hmm. Arcades here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pizza.
Like, yeah, it's like
booze.
It couldn't have been a better spot for that event.
Yeah, shout out to Skullboy, man, for just allowing me to do my thing there, and him helping me get access to the place. And he was telling me, like, it was his one of the events that generated the most sort of income for like the pizza, for the booze and the liquor, and I did really well too, selling my merch. People were really into it. I got to sign CDs and the lyric books, which, by the way, lyric books was a really cool idea that Sierra, my partner, my wife, we both kind of came up, mostly her, of making a book, and one side having a collage of pictures of 10 years. Like, you get me with short hair, and you get me with my other pets that I had, and different places that I was in: Montana, Colorado, California, Mexico, Ecuador, all these places. And you get this like photo album of like 24 pages, and you get the lyrics and the photos,
I mean,
and
who else really is doing that? Like, not even modern. Like, I was just looking at Good Kid, Mad City, right? I used to have the vinyl,
Okay.
and even the vinyl have childhood pics. I mean, I guess it kind of represents, right, Kendrick's childhood
Yeah.
and his whole beginning. But even then, it's like this small snippet, maybe like a page worth of what you were doing, and you kind of had it for every single song, and then pictures almost relating to the song that
Yeah.
was that all the pictures were on too. And I was like, man, this is just next level, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's 10 years, you know,
Yeah.
and I really just wanted to create. I just want all my end results to just be top notch,
Yeah.
premium. You know, even if I give it to you, it's like, whoa, what, you're giving me gold right now,
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
that, like. You know the energy
Yeah,
come,
of
man.
course, man.
You know, I give a sweater off my back, and it's funny because like I wouldn't even say it like that, you know, but that's just how I want to be. And I said that like a question. No, I want to be.
Yeah.
You know, I stand on that statement.
Yeah, you gotta
You know,
affirm it.
yeah. You know, I am that guy. I
Yeah.
want to be that guy. I want to just give that support. Even when I was signing the CDs and the posters and the lyric books, you know, I kind of wrote this acronym, IGUB. You know, I got your back. I got your back. You know, and I want that to carry on over. I want people to feel that.
Yeah.
When they're around me, like I will give the sweater that's on my back to you, so you can be warm. Yeah, and I think that also reflects on the album. I think that was another big reason as to why I had my doubts, because when you listen to it and you see you know, you see it all. You see the aesthetic, you see the presentation, and then you deep down you ask yourself, "Am I that person?"
Yeah.
And I am.
Yeah.
I am.
I guess it was a very like self-actualizing moment, right? Like you had these 10 years of building a project, and then it didn't end there either, right? But it was just this sort of resurgence of a whole new beginning, a rebirth, if you will, a baptism.
10 years just to only begin,
Yeah.
because I'm still in the beginning phases of it, and the traction is great. You know, I'm trying to get my visuals together, my music videos together. Be on the lookout for that, because it's also, you know, going to be just as dense, just as compact, just as rich as the album release party, as the merchandise.
Let's fucking go, man.
Let's go, man. Let's
go.
And I love that I'm the one sponsoring it all. You know, I'm the one that's willing to put the work in and work hard and make the money for it. I mean, given I can probably put a Kickstarter. I did that once, like early on when I was living out in Cali years ago. And it just needed like $500, and you know, I got like 700 from it, which was great. And I was considering doing something like that, but I told Sierra, I was like, no, I'm just gonna do it myself. I just want to do it myself.
I mean, it's very inspirational, man, because it's basically showing a pathway to those who are gonna come next.
Yeah.
To see, oh, you don't have to sign to a label that's gonna provide money up front to do this. You don't have to put your dreams aside because now you're working a full-time job and you don't have the time, or you believe you don't have the time to accomplish this. Like you are a figurehead of this kind of new generation of artists who's utilizing their time after whatever hard job they're doing, right? You're a handyman, you do whatever job comes your way, you work long hours, and you'll go out at night, you'll perform at various open mics, you'll perform at various events, get your name out there, actually almost like grassroots, right?
Yeah.
Putting your face out there, literally, la cara.
The face,
you know, and generating your Frenchie, we're about to punch you in the fucking face, in la cara.
FYI, Comrade's got 3 cats.
Jesus
They're
Christ.
all awesome. Right,
and they're all about to get smoked.
I'm with Frenchie right now. He's a gray and white cat, the youngest.
Yeah. And look, he's fucking, they're like a baby.
Yeah, he's just.
But you know what I mean? You're making your own money, right? And then using, allocating some of that money into this creative project. And then not only are you out there performing and investing in yourself and time and trying to make this project, but then you're showing everybody that you can have such an impact just by kind of providing the passion to what it is that you're trying to put out there.
Yeah.
You don't have to kind of grab somebody else to set everything up for you.
Yeah.
It's very, very DIY, very grassroots based on a local small team effort. Like it's very inspirational, man.
And speaking of team, shout out to Lucas, my sound engineer.
Lucas Beats.
Yeah, Lucas Beats. He's just, man, I was looking for that dude. Like these whole 10 years recording these demos and just trying to like see what worked, right? And shout out to all the engineers that I've worked with and studios that I've went to throughout my career. Talented individuals. I tip my hat to you. Thank you so much for giving me the space to make the music. But all in all, I was literally waiting for this one individual, Lucas. And
the other ones were training camps for this real camp, right?
Exactly. And I don't see myself stepping away from him. Like he gets it, especially with his background, his belief system, his hard work system. Like we match each other, though differently. We're still on that path of like, no, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna push through and get past this threshold and get to the next one. So shout out to him, and also shout out to Thorough for allowing me to be there, because if it wasn't for Thorough, I wouldn't have met Lucas, the engineer. So shout out to Biggs and Joey.
Man, and his drumming, bro.
Oh yeah,
was just so. I could tell everybody was just very impressed with the way Lucas brought a presence to the performance, right? It was just like, it just slapped.
Yes.
It was just in your face. It was like, listen, motherfucker, we are all here right now.
Yeah. It was awesome. And also his professionalism. He did the whole, he set up the sound engineer. Crazy. He got the in-ears. Yeah, he was able to speak to me directly through my ear sets to kind of make sure everything was good. Like, also encouraging me, like, you ready, pal? Let's go. Here's the switch up, bomb.
Crazy, bro.
Like, he allows me to do my job as an artist. I think he allows everyone that goes in and records to do their job as an artist. Sometimes when, engineers, especially those that are just getting the hang of things, are still understanding like the sound parameters, kind of get caught up with just still figuring it out, or putting the artist in a template of sorts because of what they've learned, right? Instead of kind of honing in on certain artifacts or details and nuance within the artist to bring out the intention, to bring out the energy.
They're so comfortable with their own style and how they learn that they're trying to kind of maybe fit everybody into their workflow, into their way of working.
Yep, yeah, man. So shout out to those guys, because they helped me realize this dream. And now we're here, and now I'm just like the previous podcast, maybe just adding a new list of things. And I hope, no, not that I hope, I know I'm going to take this music and to that next step where I'm performing on bigger stages, even if I got to do it myself, even if I have to work hard and pay for it myself. I've done it already, right? I've set myself up for it, and I'm willing to take the challenge. And I think it matches the music. I think when I perform, you feel like, oh, this fool like carried like 10 bags of cement.
I mean,
today,
there's something to that, man, where you definitely found happiness kind of like in the way the music is, right? You're not looking to find happiness in performing in the big stages. It only seems to be that's just the next thing to do, right? Like, no matter what, if you were to basically close the book on your life, right? Like, it's over. Like, you die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just die next week or whatever. You've left something very important, right? You've made your mark, and right now it's just kind of about spreading that message.
Yeah.
But the message is there already. You're not seeking for it in these other venues. You're not looking, and I feel like a lot of big time artists, right? That's probably why they were so depressed. That's why they kind of always do the drugs or fall down this deep depression where they search for the meaning of their artistry in the fame, in the sort of higher, plane of playing at various locations. instead of actually focusing on what they're saying and what that means to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And I think understanding my meaning allows me to perform in that level where it's like when I hear the beat and the words just are rolling out automatically, it activates me.
Yeah.
I am becoming the meaning of what this all is. And I think people see that. And I feel that.
I feel that.
Even when I just rehearse or, I'm in the room, like, let me just run through these couple songs. Like, I can't not just skim through it. I have to, at a minimum, I give it an 8.
Yeah.
I try not to be too loud, not to annoy my wife in the room next door, right? But yeah, I'm always turned up when I hear it. It's like, and the words just come out. Even if I'm tired, like, I'm just in that moment, and it's beautiful. And that's why it's very important. Very important. The lyrics, the music, whatever it is that or in anything, you better make sure that it's culture, that it's a representation of your true self, and ultimately that it makes you feel good when you're in that time, when you're in that space, so that it's reflected, and people could see, like, when my eyes roll back, when I'm about to switch from rapping fast to like this sort of falsetto-y, singing, airy, like whoa, like I have to like lean into it in certain ways where it's like, what is he doing? Like, it's like he's almost like, I don't want to say an exorcism, right? But it's kind of like that, I'm like just twisting and turning and just gnashing my teeth and again rolling my eyes back. It's a really dope feeling to be in when you're just in that moment of representation.
Yeah. So for, I guess, new rappers coming up, then what would you, bro? I need you to punch that cat if he's bothering you.
No, he's not, bro. I was just working on a cat rescue for 3 weeks with like 80 cats all around. Come on, Frenchie. Come on, my boy. Come on, my boy.
Dude, this shit's like a fucking comedy sometimes, man. I'm out here throwing chanclas at these cats. They're dodging this shit. Nah, man, it be pissing me off. But so that's what I'm saying. These new rappers coming up, what would you say is something that they kind of have to, if there's like 100% of things that you need to focus on, lyrics, production, performance, and you have to allocate percentages to that. What would you say is the one thing that they must allocate a lot of time to in order to really push themselves creatively forward? And don't shoot.
Honestly, okay, so let's say you write a song. And I think for me, what helped me out a lot, and especially, choosing the songs that I chose for this project, because I've written like about 36 songs. And so I had to...
recorded or just kind of...
They're demos. I have a lot of them that are demos.
Oh, okay.
And some, like, even with my acoustic guitar, like I have like 5 or 6 songs.
Yeah.
But, you create these compositions and then you kind of go into them where it's like, okay, I'm playing them, I'm rehearsing them, I'm understanding them. What am I really saying? Who am I right now? Is this my true authentic self? Is this the deepest part of me right now? Is that being felt? Is that vulnerability, that honesty, really coming out, that truth? And if you can check off most of those things, then you're on the right path, right? Because I think that's what kind of gets like bled out a little bit, like who you are as a person, who you are as an artist, what it is that you're representing. And sometimes if you follow a template or if you follow something else that, kind of inspires you and it's like, well, I don't know how to do that per se, so I'm just going to emulate it. You just become just like a knockoff of it a little bit, and you can see that. It doesn't matter. You can say the same words. You can even sound the same. But if it's not true to the very core of who you are, that really does come out like, oh, it's you're just saying words.
Yeah.
You're just pretending.
Yeah,
pretending
you're
good.
wearing a mask.
You're acting, not reacting, right? So I think the best thing to do is to take your time, write a bunch of songs, and really like perform them. Go crazy, be in a space where you feel good, where you feel safe, where you feel comfortable. It took a long time for me to get to this point. It took, even when I was in Colorado, I was trying these open mics in Colorado Springs when I was living out there. And a lot of people, the hip hop scene was very small. So I was hitting up a lot of open mics where it was mostly bluegrass, metal, comedy.
In Colorado?
In Colorado Springs.
How was the hip hop scene in Colorado?
Like, there was open mics happening 4 times out of the week, let's say. And the hip hop shows would be once a month. Like, if there was a hip hop show in Colorado Springs specifically, because that's where I was living at for a bit. And I performed there, and honestly, I would perform, and people wouldn't react to it. They wouldn't bat an eye, not a clap. But it taught me how to have tough skin. It taught me how to, if I can make one person believe, then I did my job here. So how can I do that, right? Because I feel something special here, and I want somebody to recognize it.
And was it because of the people, was it because of the demographic was so small that they weren't used to what you were doing? Or is it just so small that they just have a very specific taste of what they're looking for? Like mainstream? Is there like an underground
I think there was something
rap
specific.
scene?
There was. It's just, it wasn't really happening enough.
Okay.
And again, these spaces were sort of catered to this regular scheduled programming of
folky.
Yeah, just that's what they wanted, right? And maybe there were Mexicans there, but I'm a Latino, first generation American from Ecuadorian parents. That I have my swagger. I speak even when I took the microphone and introduced myself. The way I deliver language. It's like, where are you from? When I was out in Colorado, me and Sierra would always get that question, like, where you from? You're not from around here? With that accent, and so, that was being picked up a little bit. So I was definitely, kind of this odd man out when it came to these spaces. And, I felt that, but that allowed me to really kind of dig deep and bring out like this true self of mine. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? They're not getting it. This is a great place to practice and rehearse. I know I can make somebody believe. And you do it enough, man. I'll tell you what, and if you do it right and you're consistent, like anything else, you will get results. And I know, I wouldn't be the performer that I am today if I didn't put myself in those tight spots.
Yeah, cutting your teeth.
Yeah, man. You have to. You got to get booed, bro. You got to.
To the booze in Colorado.
To the booze in Colorado. Even... Salud. Awesome. That was good. Yeah. Aguardiente.
Cutting your teeth. Cutting your teeth.
Yeah, man. And that's it. Just putting yourself in uncomfortable spots to see how you grow from that, and just constantly practicing. In my car, when I'm driving to work, I'm throwing some of my raps in, and I'm just flaring in different ways. Oh, what if I sang it in this pitch? Frequency, in this frequency. What is that? What is the byproduct of that? So yeah, it's all that. It's just, and taking your time. What's the rush? What is the rush? Do you really want to make 150, 200 songs? I'm telling you, not everybody's going to listen to all 200 songs on maybe one time through, sure. But for me, I'd be happy if I drop 50 songs. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, good. I don't need to keep going.
Yeah, you get a lot of... I've seen a lot of weird advice on IG, TikTok, where it's like, these so-called kind of music industry gurus will say, you just need to focus on quantity. You just need to drop music a week. There's another side who'll say, why you keep releasing music? Yeah. Take your one song, promote it for 6 to 9 months. I'm still promoting music from last year. And then you have another group saying that the death of the album is upon us. It's the age of the single. Only focus on a single. Only focus on big collaborations. Only focus on getting onto a playlist, onto a streaming platform. There's all these weird angles when it comes to like the music industry, and I see it all catered to recording and posting, right? Recording and putting it out there. Whereas for you, I really feel like you sort of added this extra paradigm of making the performance a huge part of the entire entity of your music.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, people can hear inertia and fall in love with the track, but I feel like they connect with it more when they see you perform it and they see how it builds into this roar that is so deep within that it awakens something in the person who's watching it.
Yeah.
And then every time they listen to the song, they're remembering that roar. Like the way they're hearing it when you're performing it, or the way when they're listening to it, they remember the performance.
Yes.
And I really think that's an aspect that's very lost.
It's lacking. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I think that's what I wanted to sort of dial in on, the performance. I wanted to show them this is the result of all this. This is the product here, and this is a great product. Yeah. It's been cultivated. It's been cultivated for 10 years now, seasoned, marinated. Like it's at its peak form, and you see it live, and it excites you to the point where it's like, oh well, let me get something from this to remember this moment, or to allow me to come back to it and use that point of reference while listening to the song, and just, whoa, this magic is. And that's another thing, like the importance to performing and rehearsing and practicing, so that when you do record, it matches, that energy of that time that they saw you perform. I find it that sometimes, especially for like, I guess, smaller acts, smaller groups, there'd be an opening act and they're so dope. I'm like, whoa, I gotta check these guys out. And then I'd check out their Spotify or what have you, and the energy's different.
Yeah.
Right. And that's because I think they had time after they recorded to, really kind of dive themselves into the song, realize the song. And it's like, now you're doing way more, which is good in a sense of it sounding better, like even your voice, the way you pronunciate, all that. But it wasn't there in the beginning because you just wanted to get something out.
Speaking on that, I think the first person to kind of sell a live CD and have it go pretty good on the charts was King of Soul. Fuck. James Brown.
Okay.
James Brown. He had this record, and the record was doing all right. He went to go perform at the Tammy show, where he was supposed to headline, but then he got bumped by the Rolling Stones. He was upset, and then he was like, look, ain't nobody bumping James Brown. I don't know who the fuck these Rolling Stones think they are. And dude, he killed the show. Like, he killed it. Bitches is screaming. Like, I'm talking screaming.
Yeah.
And it's still in that point where, this segregation is still kind of happening. So you see the black girls going crazy, and like a lot of like the white guys there, they're like, arms crossed. And then some of the white girls were confused, and then the white girls were just, what is going on here? It was an amazing performance. And he told his record label, you need to release that album live. And they're like, who the fuck? Nobody listens to live, like a live performance. Nobody's gonna buy that. And the thing is, the energy of his performance was so insane that it topped what the recording was. And I think from that moment, he changed his whole plan and started kind of putting more energy into it.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of ragtime musicians had an issue with recording their stuff.
Yeah. Because
they be like, well, today and yesterday are two different. Like, yes, we're playing the same thing, but it sounds different depending on how we're feeling. You can never capture that.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get one part of the spectrum where there's many aspects.
True.
Of it. And so, like, they had a hard time kind of giving into like recording it.
Well, one person I feel like, and I guess that's where you start seeing the greats, right? One person who kind of defied that was Chubby Cheeks, Trumpet, Satchmo. What's his name? Fuck.
Not the bird, no.
Lovey and Rose. Anytime you love it. What's his name? Louis Armstrong.
Okay.
Louis Armstrong. They said that like when he was performing with his band, he would play so loud. And it was one of those old school Robert Johnson style recordings where they had like the one mic in the middle of the room and the artist was in the room recording, right? Mm. He was so loud, they had to put him almost 2 rooms over. Whoa. Because of how loud he played his trumpet. And it was still bleeding over all the instruments. Like it was just a powerhouse performer and like it just bled through the music, right? That's beautiful. So it's something where it's like these people that come like every generation, they sort of just defy what's happening in the moment. They push the boundaries of what people think is possible, and then they just sort of change the idea of what can be done. I mean, like, I'll admit it, man. Like, when I see you perform, when I hear the music, I'm inspired. I'm like,
thanks,
I need to I need to push. I really do. And I don't look at it, I don't look at any of the quotes, right? The pushback, I got your back, the first man on and the last man on. I don't look at any of that like tropes, like or like corny thing. I really believe in it. Yeah. Like I really feel it in the music. I feel it in your personality, and it's just like I need to do more. Yeah, I need to do more.
Yeah, my music holds me accountable, bro. It really does. Like I listen to my music every day just to kind of remind myself, like this is the guy that I am. Yeah, this is who I need to be every day. And I think it carries over. I made music to motivate myself, to be that guy. All this sadness, all this low vibrating stuff.
Sad boy.
Yeah, everybody, bro. Like, come on.
Tired of these sad boys, man.
I'm just, come on. I'm trying to get turned up in another way.
Look, if we're going to cancel anything 2022, we need to cancel the sad boyisms, all right? That's what needs to be canceled.
That's it. Woe is me. Enough.
Woe is me.
Enough, man. Come on, man. Let's grab life by the reins,
back to the bedroom,
man.
Bro.
Come on. Great life. Great life. It's a great life.
You know what? And definitely for this sort of post-pandemic feel, we need to kind of capture that, right? That sort of that freedom, that movement back into chaos where it's like, I want this. I need this because it makes me better. Yeah. It makes me better. Yeah. Why am I going to succumb to the virus? Why am I going to succumb to the sheep mentality? Yeah. Why am I going to fall for the scary, right? Yeah. Kind of just follow what everybody is afraid of. And I think people are just tired. They want to break out.
Yeah, people's brains are just scrambling, with all these sort of like bogged down outlets of negativity of, oh yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's mix it up. It's yeah, man. And I gotta step away from that, because the sky is blue, the wind is blowing.
Is it now?
They could tell you it's green. Everybody, you know what? But I'm gonna stick to my gut. I'm gonna listen to my practicality and my logic, and I just want to be solid and sound. I don't want to overcomplicate anything. I'm a simple man. I know I can. Maybe I could have been something else, but I like picking up a hammer and putting down a nail with it. That's it, man. Just build a box that I can live in.
Build the box.
The circle within the box.
Now, that was one of my favorite childhood stories, John Henry.
Okay.
You ever heard of the story of John Henry?
I can't say that.
It was a black man back in railroad days.
Okay.
And he worked on the railroad, and if I remember correctly, a company came and they're like, "Hey, listen, man, we don't need you anymore. We got this machine steam engine who's gonna build this railroad way better and is gonna dig this tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And then John Henry's saying was, ah, you know, I'm John Henry and I'm gonna die with a hammer in my hand. And then he basically made a competition where if I dig this tunnel faster than the steam engine, then you have to let all the workers continue their work and you have to destroy the machine. And then it was just a repeated refrain, and they've made a lot of folk music about it. Pete Seeger, right, on the banjo, or talk about John Henry and the hammer in his hand. You know, hey, listen, Captain, you ain't gonna understand. You know, I'm gonna die with the hammer in my hand. And then he would go, he'd build the railroad, and just at the last minute, he beats the steam engine by building the tunnel, and then he dies. He dies at the end with the hammer in his hand, and it kind of just showed the power of a man who's ready to really work. And like, his family was poor, right? Like they were going to lose everything if the steam engine came and took away everybody's jobs. But it really shows you can't deny a person who's going to get down and dirty and do the job. They're just going to get the job done.
Yeah. I want to get the job done, even if it's hard, man. Like that's what it's all about. Like even step up to the challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're doing. You know, we've been ever since the last podcast. You know, we stepped it up, Joey.
Yeah.
You know, you were at your family. You were living in your family's basement.
I was.
Now you got your own apartment. You know, your
Crazy.
daughter has her own bedroom. You got 3 cats. What? That's crazy. You know, great gear.
I would have never known, man.
Like, it's awesome. You know, we're doing it. Same, you know, over here, just my own apartment. You know, got my dog, my cat, my beardy, my music, my gear. Just cop the MK2, though I'm not using it. But, you know, I'm finger drumming. So I'm practicing that at least. But yeah, man, we're just crushing it. And now with jiu-jitsu, you know, us kind of in the combat arts, just to kind of get into that aspect, you know, that will cross over into the other facets of our life. You know, today framing the bathroom floor, putting these 2x8s, you know, there was nails everywhere, and so I had to be careful. There was also slats of wood for the ceiling with plaster on that. If you step through that, your leg is going through the ceiling of the first floor. So I had to first be careful with the nails that were all over the place. While framing and also taking out the nails, as well as not step into these channels of these slats of wood. And, you know, I was like, okay, keep your core tight, like be a ninja right now, you know, like use your feet or rather have your feet be grounded, solid, you know, don't use your back too much, you know, use your knees in a certain way. Like I was approaching it very artistically. You know, I was trying to be fluid. I was trying to not cause any sort of injury or any damage, because I was in a room full of obstacles, you know, and I was moving gracefully. You know, I was moving like a poet, like a fighter. Like I had a really good rhythm today framing with Chris. And we were just crushing it in this bathroom, and we just got, you know, we got it done. But again, it's just everything is crossing over. Just understanding yourself, your body, you know, my throw when I perform, my arms when I flare and perform, or if I'm rolling with you, you know, in class in the mornings. Like it's all encompassing, you know, it's building off of each other, and it's allowing us to just become stronger, better men, just representing divine masculinity. And I think that's,
shout out to that.
Yeah, like we hitting it, man. We hitting it.
I mean, you know what? Ever since I started like martial arts, right? At fucking 30 years old. Started taking it serious at 31. And the difference of my mornings at work is absolutely clear. I'm talking, I used to bitch, moan, complain. I used to, you know, start fights with my supervisors, take that negative energy, store it, and then 6-7 hours down later in the day, I'm on a phone conversation with who the fuck ever. You, my
Yeah.
grandma, with the fucking postman just driving by talking about this fucking supervisor, blah blah blah. I can't believe this. And just carrying that negative energy. And then now doing a fucking jiu-jitsu class in the morning, I don't give a fuck about any of that.
Yeah.
Like I literally let it go.
Yeah.
It sounds cheesy, but I literally let it roll away. And I've become obsessed.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I'm literally watching fucking ways to up my rear naked choke or guard passing videos. And it's like, Jesus, I did not think it was gonna take me at this age, but it really has. I got a competition, and we're recording this on a Tuesday. Probably gonna release it either tomorrow or Thursday. So competition's gonna be Friday, right, for judo, and I've been taking that a couple of months, and it's just become part of my life.
Yeah, no,
it's really become this very beneficial part of my life that has, as you said, reverberated into my personal life, into the way I feel about my body, in the relationship I have with my body, towards other people, towards personal space, towards the way I talk to people, the sort of authority now that I just carry within myself and exert that outside. And it's just really cool, man. It's just really cool.
It's definitely like humbled me out. You know, my mornings, I'm a bit more just thankful. You know, you start to realize too, like what people are capable of.
Oh yeah.
People that you think, whoop his behind.
No.
Surprise.
We ain't shit.
Yeah.
We ain't shit.
Oh man. Oh boy. Do they teach you otherwise? But you know, sometimes that's what we need.
Yeah.
You know, we need that perspective. You know, we kind of all live in la la land, and we think it's something that it's not, man, and that can get us in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, and it's best to kind of put yourself in a position where you build character, you learn some respect, understand the importance of patience, and really build yourself up. You know, and I think, you know, combat sports, combat arts, it does for me. You know, especially it puts me in that mindset. You know, it's like the more I learn how to fight, the less I want to activate that side of me. You know, I want to do everything I can to not.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that I can engage and protect myself, and you know, do what I need to do to make sure that I get to that next phase of whatever is happening to me, whatever spike that's in the meter. Well, I'm gonna control it.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's so weird because you see around you how many people are just not training.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, obviously, this guy doesn't want to mess with me. I don't want to mess with him because it's not going to be fair. But then you also realize you just never know who does have that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's a good way to keep yourself in check, where it's just like, I don't want to take advantage of somebody, and I also don't want to get my ass handed to me. Right? So let me just walk this middle line. I'm going to grab another 2. You want another beer?
Yeah, sure. I'll take another one.
I got 2 more. Go ahead. I'll let you take the mic there.
Face. Mic check, mic 1, 2. Comrades grabbing a couple burrs to keep it going. Comrade is back.
I forgot I even had this shit recorded now.
We gotta if we do go to jiu-jitsu tomorrow at 5:15 a.m. because by the way, you know, we're 30, you know, we're in our 30s, we work full-time jobs. You know, we've got family, and yeah, we try to fit it all in. And so if we're gonna fight, we gotta fight early in the morning. That's how we start our days.
Cheers.
But we gotta work these beers down tomorrow if we do go.
You know what's crazy? Fucking this class be so early. I'll leave and I'll kiss my girl goodbye, and she'll literally wake up and then tell me she's like I was gone twice. Like she thinks I like left twice, and I'm like, no. What do you? She's like, no. You came, you kissed me, you came back home, and then you kissed me again. I'm like, no, I just did that now. She's like, no, you did it before. I'm like, no, that was the first time. It's so early in the morning that it's just
that was
it's
a deep sleeper.
there's no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. I'm waking up at like fucking 4:45 like a zombie. And I got this fucking sty in my eyebrow. It's fucking pissing me off.
Dude,
You see it? You see it?
Yeah.
It looks crazy, right?
I mean, hey, it looks like you got punched in the eye, and it just makes sense because we fighting now. So
Yeah.
it's like,
No, so it's like, but it's I really look forward to the days because when I miss them,
yeah, you feel them.
I feel it.
Yeah,
Like I feel my body feels just a bit more sluggish, maybe a little more weird pains that are coming. So it feels like the actual putting my body through something is actually helping recover better. So that, but once we get that done tomorrow, yeah, I gotta fucking make this drive to Atlantic City. So this tournament on Friday is in Atlantic City. I decided I'm gonna leave Friday morning. So I'm gonna leave probably at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Go over there, do the weigh-in. I'm gonna go in for 198 pounds. This tournament, by the way, is very ghetto. It's not. My sensei, he's like, "Where are you going? What tournament is this?" And as soon as he said that, I was just kind of like, "Let me even see if this shit's legit." It's called the. It's called the Atlantic City Shiai. Shiai means just tournament in jiu-jitsu, like a competition. And I'm like looking it up. I'm like, okay, no, it's legit for my division, which is veterans 1 or whatever, basically 30 to 39. There's only like 3 weight classes. Like a real judo competition has all the kilogram divisions, right? 60, 71, 82, 90, 100 kilogram, 100 kilogram plus. This one literally had 3 weight classes: light, medium, heavy. So I'm at the top. Right I'm at the top of medium, which is 198. So I'll probably be facing people who are much lighter than me, and it's just like I don't know what to expect, but I guess that's the fun part, right? Like, and I was talking to somebody in my dojo who we kind of started around the same time, but he hasn't competed yet. And he was nervous about this one. He says he might do one in September, but he's even on the fence about that. My age, 31, has a family, kind of same scenario. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm only doing this for self-defense. And it's kind of like, listen, man, self-defense, you're breaking a beer bottle. You're gouging eyes. Like, you're doing what you got to do.
You're surviving, man.
You need the competition. You need to test what this really feels like when there's something on the line, right? It's more than just we're practicing drills live in our dojo, right? It's we are here on a stage with 15 people watching, maybe, whatever, how many people in the gymnasium watching, but there's something on the line here. And can you perform well under pressure? Can you get your brain to activate and take all the past lessons and really problem solve with dire consequences the moment right now? Can you do it?
That'll make you a better fighter for self-defense. Also, you might run into somebody at a bar. You exchange some words. It gets heated. You find out he does jiu-jitsu. You do jiu-jitsu. It's like, let's go, bro.
Let's go.
You get into your guard position. It's like, let's go.
Pull guard. Pull guard. Becky, move this table.
Finish this beer. Hold up.
Yeah.
Give him the good old Peruvian necktie.
But it's
you're right. I gotta do a competition too. I think initially
September, man. Well, there's a couple. There's always like I saw one just pop up. I think for next month. And I think I'm just gonna start entering them too. I'm just gonna start going in, and just testing myself, right? Because there's a division for you.
Hey man,
There's
that's
a
how you
weight class
swim.
for you. There's a division for you, and there's a ranking system that's gonna be for your ranking. All right.
Do it. Do it. Yeah, man, I gotta do it too. Even if I'm a novice, man, but you know me.
Yeah.
You know, I throw myself in the
Into the
mix.
fire, bro.
That's how
Into the fire, man.
I'm trying to walk through fire without it affecting me. You feel me? So let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it, Papa. But yeah, yo, jiu-jitsu is awesome. I mean, you do jiu-jitsu and judo.
Yeah.
Two different establishments that you go to.
Yeah.
I tip my hat to that, bro.
I mean, it came from the same branch, right?
Okay.
Like the guy who created judo, he basically had his disciples split them to like all different parts of the world, and I think his name is something Mateatsu or something like that. He got to South America, started kind of competing in Vale Tudo competitions, right? Kind of mixed style fights around South America, Brazil. He got kicked out of the Kodokan kind of judo system, maybe for not like following like the guidelines. I think he was just getting too crazy into
Look at you,
just
Joe.
the wild fighting.
Really
But
specific.
he then went and taught one of the old Gracies. And judo has this component called nawaza. Nawaza is kind of like when you're doing the ground fighting, the jiu-jitsu basically.
Okay.
And you have a moment in time where you can either try to submit or pin your opponent before the referee says mate, and then tells you guys to get back up to start the top fighting again. But the Gracie guy just fell in love with that bottom part where he was just like, I want to learn more of that.
Wow.
So then they start mixing, capoeira. They start mixing their kind of Brazilian style to that nawaza, and then made Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Wow. That's cool.
And then I know in UFC 1, what was it? Royce Gracie? Fucking small ass dude. And it was a tournament style, right? The UFC was back then, right? You had a 16-person tournament. So you would literally fight at the end, and then if you won, you would just basically go to the next round same night, right? And fucking people still had wrestling shoes. Dudes were wearing gloves. You know what I mean? Like boxing gloves. And he was wearing his gi, right? In the first UFC, the second UFC. And he's fighting these huge dudes, Royce Gracie. And he's basically submitting them. And even the announcers are like, one guy kind of knew what he was talking about. So the other announcer's like, so what is he doing? Well, he's trying to get this elbow lock, and it was a triangle. But like he was trying his best to like really describe what was happening. And he submitted everybody, and he won the first one, and then he won the second one. And like they were just like, who the fuck is this little Brazilian guy fucking submitting these huge dudes? And then that's where it took off.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu allows it to be a level playing field.
Oh yeah.
You know, like you were telling me, leverage.
Yeah.
It allows you to discover that, and okay, you're bigger, but I could use that against you.
It's even better to start when you're small, because the thing is, as a big person, you automatically, it's almost like just your autonomous system, right? It's like, I want to use my strength. I want to, in my fight or flight, I want to use my strength to just either crush you or just push you off. And then the technical person then is going to grab my arm, just submit it, you know what I mean? Hyperextend it.
Yep.
And it's almost better to start just as a very small, even young person, right? Because you're just learning techniques and how to use those techniques.
Sir. Yeah. It's for men.
Dope women too, man. Dope women too. I got this one chick. She's a badass, man, Lydia. And right now she's giving like private classes to my daughter. She's brown belt in jiu-jitsu, green belt in judo. She's just whooping ass, man. Like, and I feel like the girls have more to prove, right? Like you see these girls in MMA, bro, they do not play.
It's very ferocious.
there's an aggression. I mean, just the fucking the Amanda Serrano fight, the boxing fight was crazy. And she's fighting again August 6th at the Madison Square Garden with Jake Paul, right? She's the co-headline.
Seam ramen.
These bitches crazy. Like they go at it, man. They go at it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I feel like women do feel like they have a lot to prove, and
No.
they turn up. They turn up, man.
Yeah.
So who do you got, Jake Paul or Hasim?
Jake Paul, bro. Did
you see that face off?
I fuck with Jake Paul. Which face off?
They had a face off, and it was If you get a chance, take a look. They had a face off for their fight.
Like the
that look.
The stand.
Logan was
what's it called? Stare down.
Yeah, the stare down.
Yeah.
Jake Paul was just kind of talking. Like it was they're staring, and then you see Jake Paul moving his lips a little bit, and then
let's see if we can catch this shit.
And Hasim was not doing anything, not saying anything back towards the end though.
So he was like stoic.
Yeah, but then he was like, keep talking, and you could tell he got turned up. But I don't know. Jake Paul looks a little scared, man. And when you see him like that in front of each other, size wise,
not Tyron Woodley.
No, Tyrone. Stare down, Hasim,
right?
There it is. The third one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Look at this, bro. The stare down. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, sir.
Why is Logan Paul in the middle?
That's what yeah. And he's just looking at his bro like, okay.
Come on, bro. Intimidate him, man. Come on.
See, there he goes. Look at Jake. He's talking. I see. He was like, okay.
Got your hat.
Keep talking. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Hasim look a little nervous to me.
You think so? Come on, look at that right there, bro.
He was doing that little shaky shake. Who the fuck? Was that Amanda Serrano?
Damn, look at her arms.
Trying to do the whole Jake Paul feel with the fucking glasses.
Even though she got bigger arms than me, she's hot.
Okay. Okay, dude. I feel bad, bro, because like I listened to Logan Paul, and you know he's got this kind of articulate kind of style about him when he's talking, and then you hear Jake, and like you almost feel like, damn, did this guy get hit a couple times? Like he's slurring. He's like,
Hey, man, talking is an art, bro.
It is. You gotta practice it.
Yeah, I gotta practice. I gotta talk the way I perform, but just not so intensely, unless like I'm giving a speech.
No, I think it's, and I think you were hitting something where it's like you said that you had already 30 songs, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to dig for your truth,
right?
And when you start mining, it's not just one song, it's not the second song where you just find the truth. You have to kind of create a bunch of stuff, and then there's that one nugget. Right. And then you start understanding even yourself better, and you start digging into that to uncover the gold. Mm-hmm. It's the same with conversation. It's the same with music. Right. It's once you discover kind of where that passion is, you start feeding it. You start feeding it. And then it just starts becoming reality. Yeah. Starts becoming reality.
That's why you gotta be honest, man. If you speak the truth, if you trust in your sincerity and your honesty, it'll come out. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, speaking of fights, dude, let me just pull up really quick the UFC card.
What's October 22nd? Oliveira?
Yes.
Oh,
let's get some predictions going here, bro.
Dude, I love Oliveira so much.
So good, dude.
Yeah, he is. Islam Makhachev. I mean, cool, but for me, I'm going Oliveira. I don't care, man. They've been in every fight. They downplay my man, Joe. downplay my man.
What-
I love Brazilians. They're
what's-
like the people
what's
of the
that?
future.
October
22nd?
22nd, right?
Yeah, 2022. Paranauê, Paranauê, na, na, na. Yeah, he's
All right, how do you see the whole card?
um
Oh. So UFC 280. All right, so we got
we got
Oliveira, Makachev,
Sterling Dillashaw,
Sterling Dillashaw, Brady, Muhammad,
Sean O'Malley.
Yan, and then Dairush Gamrot. So Oliveira. Who-
Cast your money. Listen, I'm going for Oliver. He's gonna win. He's gonna win. I want him to win. I need him to win.
He's gonna win. Like he has to do it.
Let's do it, man.
He's
Come
gotta
on.
do it. I'm betting big on
Mhm.
Oliveira, bro. You,
I'm not
you
a big
guys heard
better.
it here.
But you know, I'm going for Oliveira. Yes.
And I like Islam, but you know what? Oliveira's story is just way better. It
yes.
you can't deny him, and the fact that he got denied the championship for 0.5 pounds, dude.
But yeah.
It's
And then he was
it's
asking,
crazy, dude.
he's like, let's fight in Brazil. Oh, you don't want to fight in Brazil? All right, I'm gonna go to
I'm
your.
gonna whoop your boy's ass.
Come on, let's go, Oliveira. Let's go, Papa.
Okay. Sterling Dillashaw. I like Sterling.
I like Sterling too.
I'm a little biased because I've been listening to his podcast. I've been listening to him talk. He's a funny guy.
Like they don't give him enough credit, but this would be a good fight. If he
Yeah.
wins, that's it. Let's stop talking. Enough.
Okay, Brady Muhammad. I don't really like Bilal. He like, I mean, the fights are kind of a little boring,
Yeah.
right?
Like
He's
a-
always on the ground.
Okay.
You know, he's good, but I don't remember Sean Brady.
Yeah. Same.
All right, so we're gonna go for Brady there. Yan O'Malley, 135 pounds. Holy shit.
Is it? Wow. You know.
Sterling too. That's 135.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I want O'Malley. I like O'Malley.
Why not? Yeah. Let's go, America. Let's
Yeah.
go, baby. Let's go, Playboy.
You be
I've-
Twitch streaming and shit.
Didn't he like shave his eyebrows for like clout or something?
I don't know.
I saw something like that.
I know
on-
he be with
on the
6ix9ine,
internet.
but that's the whole, that's the putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
kind of doing it. You know, Patty
Patty.
has that where he just has this almost natural love, whereas like Sean O'Malley is almost taking the 6ix9ine route where he's like, look, I'm gonna be so outrageous, you guys are gonna hate me, and then you're gonna love me when you keep seeing me. Whereas Patty just has this thing about, I'm gonna teabag him like it's Modern Warfare 2. Dude, he's just doing the teabag.
Good for him. Yo, but the homie can cut weight.
Dude, he looked great.
What?
Great during that fight, bro.
They get to
Couldn't
see
even believe he was fat. Patty the fatty.
Patty
We're
the
calling
fatty.
him, Dude.
Yo, you ready for Kendrick though?
Oh shit, bro.
Though I gotta say,
Have you listened like to the?
I listened to it, but bro, it's like, it's almost saying like I get it though. I get it. I don't know what he goes through. I don't know what he sees. You know, I think when you're living in that sort of echelon of life, that bracket of life, and the access you get, like, you know, it can get scary, or it can get surreal. The thing is like, bro, you can be that person. You can really be that person that just speaks the truth. But he's just letting us know, like, I'm not to save you, which is fine. Yeah, I think everybody has their own responsibility of saving themselves. But I don't know. He could have been an example of that more so. But who knows?
You know, I gotta admit, man. Like I've listened to the album a couple times, but the only songs that really stand out to me is "United in Grief," "Worldwide Steppers," N95 is pretty cool, but "The Heart," Part 5, and then the one where he's talking with that bitch.
That's
Fuck you. We cry together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
one's so real, dude.
Yeah.
That was just so real.
Yeah. It's definitely emotional, to
But
say the least.
the whole album doesn't make it like it doesn't make me want to listen to the whole album like the other ones. Like when I'm listening to Big Kid, Mad City, I'm already expecting the next song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to go
Well
into
said,
the
yeah.
next song.
Classic. Even Damn, like
Damn, especially.
like it's something. It's got a lot of bangers.
I
in there.
want to as soon as I hear one, I just get in the mood and I'm like, you know what? I'm about to play this whole album through. Big Steppers doesn't do that for me.
I thought it was gonna be a bit more.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've never been a Lupe Fiasco fan. I respect him.
Yeah.
But this album that he dropped,
I
Drill
saw
Music
you
is
playing-
Zion,
I
bro.
saw
I
you
can't.
playing.
I was listening to it.
I haven't really
I listened
heard
to
it.
it through it 4 times today.
Really?
Bro, it is so. And all right, FYI, he wrote the song. He wrote the album, I'm sorry, in 3 days.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He
probably, okay, that's what he said.
If he said 3 days, he pulled a U and probably had 10 years
Probably,
worth of material.
probably.
Right?
But the
on
thing
the
is,
backlog.
he's got to, yeah, maybe that's what it was.
But played by the marketing team.
But 3 days. Well, it wasn't. It was this.
What's the album called?
Drill Music and Zion.
Drill
It's
Music.
so good. It's so good. Oh man, I've never been a Lupe Fiasco fan. I think he's having like a 15-year anniversary concert for Good Lasers. I'm not sure, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, if he's not performing this album, I don't care. I want this album for me. Gives me the feels, man. It's better than the Joey Badass album. Better than the Kendrick album.
Yeah.
And I was never a Lupe Fiasco fan.
And so what is the album? How does it kind of stand out?
Oh man!
If you never heard of Lupe, I'm gonna listen to the album tomorrow, but I'm gonna go into it literally never hearing anything Lupe Fiasco did besides Kick Push,
same,
and then maybe like a feature or two on like a Kanye track.
I'm the same. I am the same. I was Sierra, my
Yeah.
wife, a big Lupe Fiasco fan, and when she would play, I'm like, yeah, he's cool, he's all right. He ain't no Kendrick though.
Yeah.
But the way I feel about this project is the same way I felt about Kendrick when he overshadowed Lupe. Like it's like but dude, I think he really
How
describes
the tables have turned.
Yeah, the turntables. Dude, I think he's kind of going back to the roots where he comes from, and not going back to kind of showcasing Chicago, the whole concept of drill music, and how they took the power away from just the black community.
Okay.
And the way he breaks it down, he goes through history, he goes through, religious aspects, modern aspects. It's just, I think, really well put together. It's very digestible. It's deep. It doesn't go too far over your head. He just really. It felt almost like, I don't think it beats Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
But it's in that terrain.
Okay.
It's rich. He doesn't have to. He only has like one sort of skit and it just starts off in the beginning. But then outside that, it's just him rapping, flowing. The beats are great. He just.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
He does it. I'm sorry, I don't have enough other ways to describe it, but just really, really listen to it. Like, I really enjoyed his just overall output, his aspect, his perspective, and how he raps.
Yeah.
Like, his rapping is dope. Like, it's not. It doesn't get boring. It doesn't get monotone.
And you know what? There's a cool thing about somebody who hasn't sort of given up, right? Like they're still pushing the boundary, and they're like, look, I'm 15 years in. How am I gonna be not relevant? Because I'm pretty sure you're not thinking about that when you're going into the studio. But there is a part of you who what's kind of like saying, okay, I gotta break through. Right? This ain't 2002 anymore.
I'm glad that he did too, because this year, 2022, bro, albums have been dropping, bro.
Yeah.
Whoa. Everybody, bro.
Who else?
You have Kendrick, you have Joey Badass, Bad Bunny. What's the other famous? The white homie. He was in that boy band for like American Idol. Well. Sugar, he had that single.
Michael Bublé?
No, Michael Bublé. No.
See my Grande live?
Oh, it was just right there. Harry Styles. Harry
I've heard
Styles
it.
come out. Like, yeah, just a lot of big names, man. A lot of big names. Drop an album this year, and I think he picked up on it. And if he did create this album in 3 days, let's just say he put it together in 3 days.
Okay, let's say.
He probably saw he saw the landscape a little bit. He's like, you know what? I'm here too. I'm a flex too, and I think he did a great job.
All right,
I think
I'm
he
gonna check
did
that one out.
You
then
should
tomorrow.
check that album, man. Like, again, I'm just like you with Lupe.
Oosh.
Heard a couple songs, cool, pretty cool. I don't hate him. I didn't love him neither.
Yeah.
I just
Didn't give him his respect.
right. But this project, oh man, the beat selection's awesome, and just how he articulates, man, how he raps.
Yeah, man.
Okay. He's in the pocket, man. He's in the pocket.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm also, so besides seeing Kendrick, we're also gonna see fucking Wu-Tang and Nas.
Oh yeah, you sprung that on me.
That's gonna be
That's awesome, man.
show. It's funny. So like
What day is that?
I gotta check. It's September something. September something. But fucking, it was funny because my cousin was telling my uncle that he already has his outfit picked out. You know what I mean? I'm like, they're
going back.
They're really living out like they're kind of old. You know what I mean? They're old. September 13th.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Okay, yeah, I'm here.
What day is that?
Tuesday.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, because I have that camping trip in September, but it's on the weekend. So
Yeah,
cool.
because I'm also coming back from a trip to New Orleans. I think like September 11th or 12th.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my first time there. First time there.
The birthplace of ragtime jazz.
Oh my gosh, it's just fucking. You just hear so much.
Gotta bring that harmonica, bro.
That I'm definitely bringing. And I'm also bringing with me. No expectations, but I'm bringing with me a sense of Lord, the deities, the gods. What? Give me a fucking reason to come back. Give me a reason, right? Like I'm going with just give me a reason to come back to bring my guitar. Just give me a reason. You know what I mean? Like just show me a sign where I'm like, I'm fucking coming back next year. I'm doing it.
Yes, man. I want to. Yeah, that's on my bucket list.
That's what I'm looking for.
I want to go too.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh man, it's gonna be good.
That's what I'm looking for.
Life's been good, comrade.
Yeah, man.
Life's been really good. I'm really thankful that we're at this point in this timeline where we're still at it, doing a podcast. We've upgraded in gear, mindset, and body, bro. You fucking look at you, bro. Chest, bro. Arms. Hold on. My arms just look bigger on the camera. I'm still skinny arms.
I feel it more here on like the chest area.
I'm a skinny fat dude.
And I'll see my abs where I'm like, holy shit, where did those come from? But it's just body fat percentage because you see me, bro, like after a session and then when we hit the sauna, I'm dripping. I'm dripping in sweat. When it comes to my judo thing, my gi is soaking wet. Right? 2 hours of that soaking. And I feel like it's just because the way I'm moving my weight, right? Like a solid 200. So the way I'm moving that is just not normal. You know what I mean? It's just not normal. And so all that extra just fat is just dripping.
It sounds like that. You made the sound of fat.
Just dripping off. Just dripping off. Fucking Kiko.
Where's he at?
He's being fat.
Oh, that's my man.
He's being fat.
But yeah, bro. But we've crushed it. We've crushed it. We've crushed it through the pandemic, through political ideals. Oh man, we're just trying to keep this baseline of being solid, being sound, just being focused.
Cheers to that, brother.
Cheers to that, man. We're not trying to give in.
All right, man. Well, let's start wrapping this bitch up.
Let's wind it down.
So Tell the beautiful people what you got coming up.
Uh,
Performances, dates, events.
Any big performances off the top? I don't know of right now.
I saw someone Mad Minds.
Oh, I just did that because
Just promote.
I just want to just
Okay.
share because I love Turkey. Yo, shout out Turkey, Turkish. I have a friend named Turkey. I'm sorry. By the way, just another bit of info. I'm weak when it comes to drinking. I had 2 beers and maybe 2 shots, and I'm saying
Not
things.
enough.
No. Are we going tomorrow? 5:15.
We're going.
I'll give you a call, but I'm driving.
Call,
I'm driving. You know, I know you got
I'm
this
going.
situation, but Turkish Royale's dope MC. I'm definitely collaborating with that.
Okay.
That homie. He's got great voice, great presence, great energy. He's throwing his Mad Minds events. Well, it's not the official one. It's a precursor to the one I think he's having at the end of August. But yeah, I wanted to promote, show love. Turkish has always, said wonderful things to me. He's always been listening, tuning in to my music. So I wanted to show love on that aspect. But I just confirmed August 14th. I'm going to be one of the opening acts for Lord Bezel over at Pino's.
Bezel.
Lord Bezel. Shout out to Lord Bezel of a billion bars.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've got that coming. But, I just want to kind of hone in right now on the visuals, on the music video. I was just talking to Nick today.
Yeah.
We've got our date set for our shooting. I think it's going to be the 27th of August. It's a Saturday. I'll give you more details because definitely want you to be a factor in that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And be on the lookout for possibly a Calvary tape. Starring CARA class and FACEcadet. So, but yeah, we're gonna end the year strong. And yeah, that's what I got. Just work, music, jiu-jitsu, and camping.
Nice. nice. And speaking on that, guys, I'm updating my my YouTube. So by the time this comes out, YouTube is gonna kind of be a bit updated, where I'm also gonna be just kind of making the content based on music, video games, martial arts. I think that's the kind of paradigm I want to remain in. And podcasts, I'm going to start kind of dropping these just there. No visuals just yet, or maybe if we see some cool clips, right, maybe just post those on like the YouTube shorts. I really think YouTube shorts is going to be the king, right? After TikTok dies off, once people realize that that's just a Chinese communist data grab. And after people start dropping IG reels because they don't want to give money to power hungry Mark Zuckerberg, I think they're going to remain in the YouTube space, YouTube Google space. YouTube Shorts is going to be big, so I kind of want to really make that the new home base. We got this competition coming up on Friday. My goal is to bring home you guys a medal, okay? Because when I win, we win.
That's it.
Okay?
Test my boy's medal.
Please. I will bite it here live on the mic.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that's it so far. Thank you, motherfuckers.
And thank you, comrade. It's nice to be in this space again. Heck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. And all I just want to say is keep pushing. Become the best version of yourself. Show us, and we'll show you.
Later.